Hey everybody, it's the Nitty Professor. I'm here at the Yarnery in St. Paul, Minnesota with Rosemary. Tell us what we need to know about this lovely new store.
So we moved here in this location in October. We ran out of space at our old spot, so we moved and we tripled the space that we now have. So we're also expanding into some other departments. So we've also got things for mending and embroidery, as well as some like needle felting and such. One of my favorite things about the store is the kits that we have. So we've got a whole section right behind the camera here that's a whole bunch of kits, mostly from local designers that are used with yarn that we carry.
We're going to check those out.
Yeah, they're really fun.
And we're standing near some like locally dyed yarn?
Yep, so right here is kind of like our local panel. So these are all from Minnesotan or just Midwest dyers.
Okay.
So the top row is Pearls and Pines, which is a hand dyer from Bemidji in the northern section of Minnesota.
Been there.
And then the second row is Palmer, which is from Winona, Minnesota, one of more of like our suburbs.
Okay.
Northwoods is from just over our border in Wisconsin.
Nice.
Fiber MacGyver, Anthology, and Snug and Spun are all from St. Paul, where we are here.
I love the color selection.
Yeah, they've got all good colors.
And what is behind you?
Behind me over here is just more of our hand dyers that we stock. This one, we've kind of got some summer yarn here. So this is Treasure Goddess, which is a new base that we're carrying. So it's bamboo and linen right here.
Good for summer.
Oh yeah, it's a great one. And then right here is their yak sock yarn.
Oh wow.
So it's merino, a little bit of yak, and a little bit of nylon. I knit a little mini shawl with it, and it feels really, really great under the needles. So you can do a lot with just one skein of it.
And I'm really drawn to these colors over here too in the corner.
Yes, absolutely. So this is polka dot sheep, which is one of our a very popular dyer that we stock. So they're based in Whitefish, Montana. And one of our owners is originally from Montana. So we've got a little connection there. So we have their Tenderfoot, which is like a classic merino nylon sock blend. And then we also have Iron Horse, which is a merino and mulberry silk one. And then we also have their DK weight, but that's on the other side of the store right now. And below them is Ginger Twist, which is a dyer from Scotland in Edinburgh. So we have their BFL sock, as well as their alpaca linen silk blend, which is another great summer yarn. And then below again, we have Viking Fiber from Colorado and Positive Ease, which is from Austria.
What else can we take a look at?
Yeah, so right behind us too, we've got the embroidery, which I think looks really nice in the window light right here. And then I think the kit wall is another great thing to point out.
Let's take a look.
So yeah, we've got a whole bunch of samples right here.
Okay.
Again, most of these are from local designers and are knit by staff members here. And then kits along the wall. We've got a few different color options for each of the patterns. Yeah, and it kind of continues around.
Which are the most popular?
Ooh, I would say the Colfax hat has been really popular.
Is that this one here?
Yep, so that's the one right there.
Who designed that?
That was designed by one of our owners, so Scott Rohr.
Oh, okay.
One of my favorite ones is the Bjork London wrap, which is a beautiful cabled wrap. It's a merino and silk mohair.
That's gorgeous.
Which is right here. And then also the Coastal Tides wrap is really popular because it's a nice transitional piece. So you can use it spring, summer, fall. And it's a cotton and wool blend, which is really breathable.
I'm really drawn to this chevron-y one.
Oh yeah, this one's really fun too. Here, I can pull it out for you.
Wow, that's
So
spectacular.
this is the chromatical wrap.
Is that a self-striping yarn, or is it?
Yeah, it's
okay.
done with a few self-striping yarns
Okay.
actually. So let me find it down here. I always lose it amongst all the kits. Oh, right here. So this was done with edition 3.
Is that the Shuppel?
Yeah, the shuffle.
Shuppel? Okay.
So it's like a DK weight, and then we have a few different colorways of their self-striping yarn.
I have a lot of German subscribers, so
Yeah.
I'm sure they would recognize Shuppel right away.
Absolutely. We carry their Zauberball as well as the edition 3.
They even pronounce it right.
Yeah.
Good job. And then you have a whole bunch more.
Yeah.
What are we looking at back here? Are they arranged by weight?
Yeah,
or...
our store is arranged by weight.
Okay.
So kind of the front section is fingering and some lace weights.
Okay.
And then in the three rooms right here, we go sport and DK, worsted, and then the bulk is in the back room.
Are there any highlights we can check out there?
Yeah. And along the way too, on the little islands in the middle, this is swatches, which is Danish brand. Most of their cottons are going to be on this island. And then also Holstgarn, also Danish brand. We sell a lot of this, so we keep it all centralized in one table.
Nice color palette.
Yeah, I really like their Haya. So it's baby alpaca, mulberry silk, and yak. It's a really, really beautiful blend to work with.
Gorgeous fibers.
And then we also have some more samples knit up.
Wonderful.
With different yarns that we carry, which are all knit by staff members here.
Is that a requirement to work here? You got to be able to knit samples?
You don't have to, but all of us do.
Yeah.
This is our bulky weight room. I would say one of our best sellers in this section is the Sleeve Nug from Comoros. So it's a really beautiful alpaca wool blend. And it's a tube yarn, or blown yarn.
Blown.
So it's got like a cotton tube that
Okay.
fibers are blown into. And it's got like a really beautiful fluffy feel when it's all knit up. And it's really, really warm while still being a lightweight, or without feeling really heavy.
Yeah, that's nice for sweaters.
Absolutely.
Less
So
heavy.
That goes really well in Minnesota here.
For sure. And these are just like garments you can buy.
Or no, these are just all samples that
They're
we've
still
knit.
samples. That's so many samples. Wonderful. So you can check out all of the different things that
Yeah,
you can
we
do.
try. Our goal is to try and have at least one thing knit out of each of the yarns that we carry.
Wow.
And if we don't have an actual piece, we have like a swatch of it over here.
Okay.
So that's what all of these little rings are holding.
And does it say like what needle size was used
It
with
doesn't
them?
say the needle size, but it says the gauge that was achieved.
Okay.
Just because that's different per person.
That's true.
So like this one will just say like 4.5 stitches per inch for the middle section, or like 4.2 for the bottom half.
I've honestly never seen this many samples knit up in a store. I mean, what a resource.
Yeah, it's
You
really
know?
fun.
Did you knit some of those yourself?
Yeah, a couple of these are knit by me.
Good.
I knit this one right here.
Did you?
So this was the Lichen and Lace, which is another hand dyer that we stock.
Wow.
This is called the Burrow Shawl, I believe.
Is it wool?
Yes, this is a single ply merino wool.
Beautiful.
Another one that I more recently finished is right around the corner over here. And then this is the Star Jasmine Shawl using the Treasure Goddess yak sock yarn.
Wow.
So it's really beautiful. I think the color is
beautiful
really
work.
Thank you. The color is really lustrous, so it was really, really fun to work with.
Yeah. And then this is worsted over here.
Yep, worsted is in the middle right here.
I'm already drooling over the Noro selection.
I know, we love it right here. And then the Noro Ito, if you skein of this is bought in our shop, you get a free pattern for this scarf right here.
Oh.
So this was designed again
That's
by
tempting.
our owner. So this is the Norology scarf.
Great color selections.
Yeah, we we try really hard to get like a nice palette going for all of the ones we carry.
Which brands sell the best?
Malabrigo obviously is really
Okay,
popular.
yeah.
So we've got a panel of Malabrigo right there.
It's really accessible price point.
Absolutely get that hand dye feel without having to have like some of the same costs that you would have with independent dyers.
Right.
And then another really lovely one is the Wool Folk Bar. So it is a merino wool, and it's from like a specialty flock, so that's been bred to be as soft as it possibly can.
What? Where is it from?
Somewhere out west, I believe. I
Okay.
want to say maybe not Montana, but somewhere western.
Does it say on here?
States. It might. No, it doesn't.
Okay. Well, we can look it up.
We can look it up. at
I'll
some
look it
point.
up and I'll post it on the comments on the description.
Yeah.
Oh, I did a video about this one.
Yeah, that
friend of
one's
mine
really fun.
Knit a-
We've had a lot of people come in to make these ones.
Yeah. And then we have DK, that's like the last room.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot more hand dyed.
Yep,
ones back
absolutely. We
there.
have more of the polka dot sheep over here. We have their Stumptown DK, as well as their Striata DK. So this is just the classic like tonals and variegateds, and then the striata is a self-striping.
I'm always drawn to colors. My subscribers know me as the color work
Nice.
person.
Another really fun one is the primrose. We have their Homestead Sport right here. That's this middle
Reminds me a
row.
little of Spin Cycle. but,
Absolutely.
yeah.
So it's kind of like a more independent version of Spin
Okay.
Cycle. So it's a smaller company.
Nice.
It's the same reason, like same like dyed in the wool,
Yep.
self-striping
Barber
spun
pole.
that way. Yeah.
Yeah. And then this Barocco, that's also
Yep, we
very
always have
accessible.
Barocco. Fiber MacGyver in anthology again. So like our
Okay.
St. Paul dyers. So these 2 rows here.
And those are all, looks like 100% wool.
Yep. So
Okay.
the Fiber MacGyver is a Shanico's wool, and then the Botanica from Anthology is it's a new one. It's Masham and BFL.
So do you have anything with like rare breeds?
Not a lot of rare breeds.
Okay.
We have a few like breed specific yarns.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like the Masham and BFL, as well as like the BFL sock and ginger twist over there.
Yeah.
But
BFL knits up so nice.
it's a beautiful yarn. It's really hard working.
So your yarn, you don't necessarily have like spinning, fiber, stuff like that.
We have a little bit of spinning fiber,
A little,
but not
okay.
a lot. It doesn't sell super well
I think
here.
I saw some Malabrigo.
Yeah, we've got the Malabrigo
The noob.
roving. The Nube. And then we also have some dyed wool or dyed roving from Viking Fiber. So again,
Okay.
that Colorado dyer that I mentioned earlier.
I may have to check that out.
Yeah, they're really fun. Do you spin?
Yeah,
Nice.
I do. Is there anything else that we should know? It looks like you have a lot of notions, and do
Yeah.
you like sell online?
We
do
do.
you...
We have an online shop, so I would say about 99% of everything that's in the store here is also online.
Do you ever like deliver to Europe or?
We do. Yeah, we ship internationally.
That's good because I have a lot of European
Oh, cool.
subscribers. So, well, a third of my videos are in German.
Okay, cool.
Wir können Deutsch sprechen, but they can just translate it.
Absolutely.
I see you have some books as well.
Absolutely. So we have mostly crochet books that are going to be right here.
Okay.
And then some more knitting patterns here. And then we have knitting books kind of spread around.
Okay.
And then mending and embroidery is kind of in the middle over there.
Great. Well, I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
And if they have any questions, I'll just say put them in the comments and I can
Yeah.
just let you know.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much. We really appreciate your time.
Absolutely. It's fun to do this.
Okay, take care.
We will.
Bye.
Bye.
So now we get to the yarn haul portion. I did leave the yarnery with a bit of yarn, enough to make a Christmas sweater. This is from John Arbin Textiles, and this yarn is made in Great Britain, and it's 50% Blueface Leicester, 50% Merino DK weight. So I've got some gray for the background color, a nice gold, which I'll use for some kind of highlighting, a red, a white, and a fur green. So I think this will be a great quantity of yarn to make a beautiful Christmas sweater with. I hope you all enjoyed the tour. We'll see you soon. Bye.